This is a demonstration of the data mining client for Excel, which is one of the 3 components that make up the SQL Server data mining add-ins for Office 2007. As you can see, we've got a example spreadsheet open with some links on it. I'm just going to take the forecasting link . And this just opens up a small spreadsheet which has 3 measures and 1 column which uniquely identifies each date. That's what we refer to as a time key. And to do the forecasting using the data mining client, we simply proceed as follows. In this particular case, the sheet has a named region called Table 5. As you can see, it highlights the range of cells. If you didn't have a named region set up, you could simply highlight those range of cells manually. If we now go to the Analyze option up on the ribbon, which is one of the new ones which will appear once you've installed the data mining add-in, we click on Analyze, then we come across to Forecast, and if we click on that, it launches a dialog where we can perform our forecasting. And you can see that the wizard is smart enough to realize that the first column contains our time key, hence it's deselected, and the other 3 checkboxes are the measures that we're hoping to forecast. If we now get into timestamp, it's just a matter of telling that the column called year month contains our unique time information. Beneath that, we've got the number of units that we'd like to forecast. As you can see from the column year month, the grain is in months, so we can see that these dates go from July 2001 in monthly increments all the way down to present day. And in this particular exercise, we're going to forecast ahead 5 months. So it's just a matter of clicking Run to perform the forecast. The tool now accesses the data mining engine and analysis services, so you need a connection to analysis services as part of SQL for this thing to work. And it's going ahead and calculating the model and doing the forecasting. And that's now been completed. And you can see we now have a new sheet which has been added to the workbook. It's called Forecasting Report, and it contains a graph of our historicals time series as well as the forecast values for those 3 series for Europe, North America and Pacific. And if we now go back to the forecasting tab and scroll down, you'll see in the yellow cells are the 5 new values for the 5 months. You'll notice it doesn't actually complete the actual values of the time key, but with Excel, as you can see, we can very easily use autofill to populate that. Now, if we go back to the forecasting report, you'll notice that for the Pacific amount, the time series is fairly flat. And what I'll do here is demonstrate how we can actually have manual override and link back to the graph, which is particularly useful for people who do forecasting but aren't entirely happy with the results and like to manually edit them. So if we go back to forecasting, and let's do some manual override with some of these. So let's pretend we think that should be 100,000. We think that should be 150. So we're basically putting in a linear trend here. And let's put that in at 250. And the neat thing here is if I go back to the chart, in real time, the forecast has updated commensurate with the data in the forecasting cells. So that in a nutshell is how to do forecasting in Excel using the data mining client. Thanks.